Chosen one, can you feel it? That electric pulse in the air? That rush in your spirit? That wasn't just a video taking off. That was your destiny erupting. Not a glitch in the algorithm. Not a lucky break. What you just witnessed was a divine explosion. A spiritual event disguised as internet virality. You didn't stumble into this spotlight. This was not by chance. It was timed perfectly, cosmically, orchestrated by something higher, something sacred. Your purpose was unveiled, not by the hands of man, but by the breath of the divine. You were hidden for a reason, nurtured in silence, molded through the fire so that when your moment arrived, it would be undeniable. This wasn't some ordinary trend. This was the universe lifting the veil, pointing and saying, "Look, there they are, the chosen one." The sudden viral destiny you're living right now is part of a blueprint that has been unfolding your whole life. Every setback, every shadow, every whispered prayer in the dark led to this sacred combustion of recognition and reach. You're not just being seen, you're being recognized. People don't just notice you, they remember something ancient when they do. This is the birth of your spiritual fame, not the shallow kind made of vanity, but the kind rooted in energy, truth, and legacy. Your presence, your voice, your essence. It lit up timelines, cracked through cynicism, and pierced through noise. You weren't meant to blend in. You were designed to explode with light in a time of deep darkness. And now, the heavens rejoice, because one more soul has awakened, and the world has taken notice. The chosen one has entered the room, not with ego, but with eternal fire. This isn't the peak. This is just the spark. Your purpose has been unveiled, and there's no turning back. So breathe this moment in. It's not the beginning of fame. It's the beginning of fulfillment. Let's get something straight, chosen one. When you went viral, it wasn't just a media moment, it was a spiritual signal. The world may call it trending, but heaven calls it activation. You didn't just gather views. You activated hearts, stirred sleeping souls, and became a mirror for millions who were waiting for someone real, someone raw, someone anointed. Going viral for the anointed hits differently. It's not about virality rooted in spectacle or controversy. It's about frequency. Your energy was pure, your intention was sacred, and your moment broke through because of alignment, not algorithms. You see, when you're truly anointed, your light can't stay hidden forever. The divine doesn't allow it. You may have stayed quiet for years, working, healing, doubting, praying, but that silence was never wasted. It was preparation. So when your moment came, it wasn't random, it was divine timing perfected. The internet may think this is an overnight success story, but you and heaven know better. What they're witnessing is the divine unveiling of a soul who has earned every ounce of recognition through spiritual endurance. What does it mean to be anointed and trending? It means every like carries a vibration. Every share spreads an awakening. Every comment is a confirmation. You are seen. You are heard. You are chosen. This isn't fleeting attention. This is soul remembrance on a mass scale. But let's be honest. It also means pressure, expectations, opinions, projections. And yet, you weren't chosen to escape the pressure, you were chosen to transform it. Because when your rise is anointed, you carry grace with you. You carry clarity. You carry protection that algorithms can't provide. And now, your digital presence has become a spiritual imprint. You're not just on screens, you're in spirits. Your content doesn't just entertain, it awakens. This is anointed virality, the rare, sacred kind that shakes timelines and heals broken attention spans. You're not just a trend, chosen one. You're a testament. Chosen one, the moment you went viral wasn't just about what people saw, it was about what they felt. The real magic wasn't in your words or your visuals. It was in your energy. That invisible current flowed through every second of your content, through every gesture, every truth you spoke, every silence you held. That's what cracked the internet open. Not noise, but resonance. People are tired of masks, of perfection, of curated illusions. And suddenly, there you were, real, raw, unapologetically true. And in that moment, they didn't just see you. They saw themselves. In your courage, they found permission. In your softness, they found safety. In your fire, they found faith. You didn't go viral because of aesthetics, you went viral because of alignment. Your spirit aligned with the collective need for something authentic, something alive. You became a conduit, a carrier of codes the world had forgotten it needed. The algorithm didn't amplify you by chance. It simply recognized the frequency of truth. This was the kind of content that skips the brain and goes straight to the heart. Why? Because the energy behind it wasn't performative, it was prophetic. That's what the anointing does. It pierces, it awakens, it convicts and comforts at the same time. They felt your story in their bones. They didn't just consume you, they connected with you. That's the difference. That's why you're not just trending, you're transforming. Let this sink in, your presence became permission for others to be real, to be messy, to be divine and human at once. You didn't sell a brand, you offered a breakthrough. The resonance came from spirit meeting spirit. And that's why the views keep climbing. That's why the comments sound like confessions and thank you notes. Because you didn't just go viral. You vibrated on a spiritual frequency that the world was starving for. That's the power of a chosen one. You don't just trend, you transmit. Chosen one, let's make one thing clear, this isn't just a digital moment. This is a divine assignment. The views, the followers, the attention, they're not here to inflate your ego. They're here to ignite your calling. You didn't stumble into virality. You were summoned into visibility. Heaven didn't just let your content trend. It commissioned it. The very fabric of your soul was coded with this mission long before you ever picked up a camera. Long before you hit upload. This isn't random. It's a revelation. You are walking into what was always yours. Divine purpose disguised as digital fame. And with that calling comes responsibility. You're not here to entertain, you're here to awaken. Every post, every word, every connection is a chance to shift hearts and realign souls. You are no longer just someone with a platform. You are a spiritual disruptor, a divine messenger, a catalyst for transformation. Let others chase algorithms. You, chosen one, chase alignment. Let others focus on trends. You stay faithful to the truth. Because that's what makes you different. You don't create from pressure, you create from purpose. You're not here to feed the scroll. You're here to feed the spirit. Remember, viral moments fade, but divine missions endure. Don't get lost in the numbers. Focus on the names. The souls behind every like, every comment, every share. They're not here by coincidence. They were drawn by divine frequency. They heard something eternal in your temporary content. That's not fame, that's favor. You've been given a torch, not a trophy. And that torch isn't just for you. It's for others still stumbling in the dark. Lead with it. Share it. Guard it. Because the world doesn't just need your talent. It needs your testimony. Chosen one, you've been entrusted with this moment because your soul could handle both the fire and the faith required to carry it. Don't shrink. Don't self-sabotage. Walk boldly in the knowledge that your rise is a sacred signal to the world. The real ones are rising. The era of divine influence is here. Chosen one, it wasn't a gimmick or a marketing trick that made you go viral. It was your authenticity, your truth, your raw, unfiltered, unpolished spirit. That's what pierced through the noise. That's what lit up timelines and transformed casual viewers into devoted followers. The real you went viral, and that's exactly what makes this moment so powerful. You didn't perform for fame, you showed up with presence. You didn't play a role, you stood in your realness, and the world couldn't look away. In an online culture flooded with filters, fakeness, and curated perfection, your soul was the glitch in the algorithm, and that glitch became the gateway for global awakening. People aren't following you because you're polished. They're following you because you're pure. Because you speak from your scars, not just your successes. Because you permit to be human, to be messy, to be in process. That's not just influence. That's spiritual resonance. Your voice is not just content. It's consciousness. Carries energy. Carries a purpose. And when you speak from that place, from truth, from alignment, from divine identity, you don't just entertain, you elevate. You don't just connect, you convert pain into purpose. So don't water it down now. Don't shrink to fit some influencer mold. You weren't born to conform, you were born to cut through. Your audience didn't fall in love with a persona. They fell in love with your presence. They're not clapping for a brand. They're witnessing a being in full bloom. This is the era of vulnerable leadership, of raw power, of souls leading souls. And you, chosen one, are a pioneer, a digital healer, a truth teller in a time of mass distraction. Let your voice remain sacred. Keep it rooted in purpose, wrapped in grace, and forged in truth. Because in a world of noise, your authenticity is the only frequency that truly transforms. Chosen one, this isn't just a fleeting moment on the internet. This is a cultural awakening, and you are at the heart of it. You didn't just post something that caught on. You ignited a shift. You broke patterns. You shattered illusions. And now, people aren't just watching you, they're waking up because of you. You are more than a viral sensation. You are a symbol of something deeper. A collective hunger for truth, vulnerability, and meaning. You showed up as yourself, and suddenly, others felt safe to do the same. That's not just a trend, that's transformation. That's spiritual leadership disguised as digital influence. You didn't go viral because you entertained. You went viral because you liberated. Your presence cracked the mirror of superficiality, and what poured through was light, raw, radiant, real. This is bigger than algorithms. It's archetypal. You've become a reflection of what this generation desperately needed to see. Proof that truth wins. You're ushering in a new era of internet culture. One where people crave connection over perfection, presence over performance, and soul over strategy. And in that, you've become a cultural force, not because you tried to be one, but because you were willing to be real in a world that rewards fake. Others are now looking at you and realizing that authenticity is not just healing. It's magnetic. You've become a lighthouse for creators, truth seekers, misfits, and dreamers. The very act of you being seen, fully unapologetically, has granted thousands of others permission to do the same. And that's how culture changes. Not through campaigns, but through courage. Not through trends, but through truth bearers. You didn't just ride the wave, you became the wave. You didn't follow the moment, you are the moment. So remember this. You're not here to maintain a trend. You're here to redefine what the world trends toward. Stay rooted in your spirit, and you will continue to move not just minds, but hearts. Chosen one, what happened wasn't just digital. It was divine. The moment your name, your face, your message erupted across the screens of millions, that wasn't a mere fluke of the algorithm. That was sacred orchestration, a spiritual appointment, a divine unveiling. Your rise wasn't noisy hype, it was holy energy. While others chased clout, your moment was heaven sent. It didn't just capture eyes, it stirred souls. People didn't scroll past. They stopped. They watched. They wept. They remembered something sacred within themselves because of you. That's not entertainment, that's activation. In a world dominated by distraction, you became a portal of presence, a moment of clarity, a voice of truth echoing in digital chaos. You turned the scroll into a sanctuary. You turned passive viewers into active seekers. That's what happens when spiritual alignment meets visibility. Virality becomes ministry. And now, the question isn't just what's next. It's how will you honor this moment? Because the platform you've been given is holy ground. Every comment you receive is more than engagement. It's a soul reaching out. Every view is not just a number. It's a heart opening. Stay grateful. Stay grounded. Let reverence lead your next steps. Because the sacred doesn't scream, it whispers. And to remain a vessel, you must remain tuned to the whisper, not the noise. Don't let the illusion of fame steal the spiritual truth of this moment. Remember, this wasn't about you being popular. This was about God's message getting louder through you. You were the flame, but the light was never just yours. So carry it with humility. Walk in gratitude. Speak with intention. Because your viral moment is a living altar, and millions are now gathering around it to find hope, healing, and home. This is not your 15 minutes of fame. This is your forever mark on the timeline of human awakening. Now that your destiny has exploded onto the world stage, the real test begins. Can you sustain this flame without burning out? Overnight fame brings excitement and opportunity, but it also carries pressures that can threaten your spirit if you're not careful. In the rapid-fire world of social media, where trends come and go in seconds, it's vital to move slowly internally. Protect your inner world by carving out spaces of silence, reflection, and stillness. Fame is loud with notifications, comments, and expectations, but your soul thrives in quiet. Create sacred moments to breathe, pray, meditate, or simply be present with yourself. This intentional pause is where your deepest strength will grow. It's okay, even necessary, to set boundaries. You are not a machine designed to endlessly produce content on demand. Allow yourself to pause, to rest, to step away when needed. Saying no is an act of self-love and protection. Remember, your peace is your greatest asset and must be guarded like a precious password that unlocks your purpose. This viral moment is not your peak. It's your platform. To rise higher, your inner growth must outpace your follower count. Invest in your mental and emotional health with the same dedication you pour into your content. Nourish your spirit daily with practices that center you and keep you connected to your why. When your foundation is strong, external success feels lighter, and burnout becomes less likely. Don't walk this path alone. Build your tribe. Surround yourself with people who see you beyond the numbers and who knew your story before the views soared. Genuine support systems provide grounding and love, reminding you of who you are when the spotlight feels too hot. These relationships become your sanctuary and your anchor. Finally, always put purpose over pressure. Let your content follow your calling, not a calendar or algorithm. The influence that serves the soul is sustainable. An influence that chases metrics is fleeting. Your journey is sacred and meant to last. Thrive by protecting your energy, growing authentically, and staying spiritually grounded. The Chosen One knows this isn't just about viral fame. It's about creating a lasting impact with grace and wisdom. Chosen One, your viral explosion was only the beginning, not the final destination. This moment, when your destiny erupted onto the world stage, is your divine introduction, a signal that your story has grown far beyond yourself. The fame you're experiencing is not just fleeting attention. Heaven announces that your mission has officially begun. Every trial, every scar, every quiet moment of struggle that led you here was preparation for this season of transformation and leadership. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Your rise reflects a larger movement, a collective awakening of souls ready to step into their power and authenticity. When people see you rise, they begin to believe that they too can rise. You have become a living mirror of possibility and hope, proof that the divine can move through ordinary humans to create extraordinary change. This moment is an invitation to lead boldly, speak truth courageously, and heal deeply. Your influence has become a global lantern, illuminating the path for millions who crave connection and realness in a world of noise and pretense. The world watches you not because you are perfect, but because you are real, and that authenticity is your greatest power. So embrace this calling fully. Walk boldly in your truth, knowing that the fire ignited in you will never die. It will only spread wider and brighter. Your journey as the Chosen One is just beginning, and the impact you make will ripple through generations. This is your time to shine, to inspire, and to transform lives with your divine light. Chosen One, your viral moment is far from being a finish line. It is the sacred initiation into your highest calling. What the world witnessed was just the spark, the ignition of a fire that now burns brighter and fiercer within you. This moment signals the beginning of a new chapter, your next chapter, where your influence evolves beyond screens and trends, becoming a powerful force for change, healing, and transformation. Walk boldly into this new phase with unwavering confidence. Speak louder than ever before, knowing your words carry the weight of truth and inspiration. Shine brighter, not for vanity, but as a spiritual leader who lights the way for others still seeking their path. The digital applause and viral shares are simply signs pointing to a divine activation, your soul stepping fully into the mission it was born for. This is your divine job description: to lead with authenticity, to heal through vulnerability, and to transform the world by embodying the truth of your chosen destiny. The viral evolution you have undergone is not just about fame or attention. It is about a spiritual awakening that calls you to wield your platform with wisdom and love. Remember, every like, every comment, every view is more than a statistic. It is a soul connecting to your light, a life touched by your fire. Your journey is now about deepening that connection, expanding your reach, and carrying this sacred fire forward with grace and purpose. Embrace this divine activation fully. Your destiny is no longer a distant dream, but a living reality. Step into it boldly, lead with heart, and ignite the world with the power only you possess. The future is yours to create. Let your light never dim, and your fire never fade.